Good afternoon and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the Premier League clash between Liverpool and Manchester United from the Premier League. I'm your alternative host and co-commentator, Russ Vernon, and I'm joined by your match commentator. Main commentator for the game is Paul James, and we'll go across the Paul in just a second or so to get the team news for what is going to be a very big game uh, between these two sides, which is taking place at Anfield this afternoon. Kickoff is at 4:30, so around about 10 minutes away from kickoff. We'll wait for the teams and everything to come out and get ready for kickoff. Let's just go and ask Paul and Paul, what are the headline changes to the team news for both sides? Starting with Liverpool, please, my friend.
Well, hi Russ, hi everybody. Jurgen Klopp has made three changes from the 2-0 win over Wolves. Simicast is out, Bajetic is out, and Jota is out. Robertson, Henderson, and Gakpo come in as a replacement. So Liverpool line up as follows, with Alisson in goal as usual. Andrew Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Trent Alexander-Arnold make up the back four. Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson. He's the captain. That makes up the midfield. Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah make up the starting lineup for Liverpool. For Manchester United, they make six changes from their 3-1 FA Cup win over West Ham and actually start the same team that beat Newcastle in the League Cup final 2-0. And that is David De Gea in goal. Luke Shaw, Lissandro Martinez, Rafael Varane, and Diogo Dalla at the back. The two holding midfielders are Fred and Casemiro. And the front three attacking midfielders are Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, captain, Anthony, and the sole man in the number 9 position is Wout Weghorst. So those are the two starting lineups for today's crunch match.
Yes, thank you very much there, Paul. Paul will run you through the substitutes and the officials and remind you of the two teams just as the players come out ahead of kickoff. I'll be doing a double duty today. I'll be on co-comms as well as presenting duties today. So a big double duty for me this afternoon, and we'll keep you across what is happening in the other matches taking place. So let's have a look at some of the matches that I've already played today and some of the results from the games so far. We'll take a quick look at those right now as we can get into the other scores from today's matches. And we'll start off with the English Premier League. Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2. In the Scottish Premiership, St Mirren 1, Celtic 5. So Celtic with a fantastic result there. In the Women's Super League, Manchester United 5, Leicester City 1, Everton 0, Aston Villa 2, Man City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Reading 2, West Ham 1. In the Women's League Cup final, 59 minutes gone in that match. It's Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1 in that game today. In the Women's Championship, Durham 5, Coventry United 1, Lewes 2, Sunderland 0, Birmingham City 2, Blackburn 1, Charlton Athletic 1, Southampton 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bristol City 3, London City Lionesses 1, Sheffield United 2, Spanish La Liga, Real Valladolid 2, Espanyol 1, Barcelona currently lead by a goal to nil against Valencia, 48 minutes on the clock there. Real Corner v Athletic Bilbao kick off at 5. Real Betis against Real Madrid is at 8 o'clock kick off. In the German Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen are beating Hertha Berlin by 4-1 into stoppage time at the end of that game. In that one, second minute of stoppage time we're in at the moment. Wolfsburg against Frankfurt kick off at the same time of this game at Anfield, which we're covering today for you. In the Italian Serie A, Spezia 0, Hellas Verona 0 was the morning kickoff at 11:30. The 2 o'clock kickoff was Sampdoria 0, Santiana 0. Inter Milan against Lecce is at 5 o'clock, while Roma take on Juventus at 7:45. In the French League 1, it finished Troyes 2, Monaco 2, Montpellier 5, Angers 0, Reims 1, Ajaccio 0, Strasbourg 0, Brest 1, Toulouse 0, Clermont 1, Lyon nil, Lorient nil, 17 minutes old. Rennes against Marseille. An evening kickoff at 7:45. In the Austrian A League, MacArthur 3, Brisbane Roar 2. Austrian Bundesliga, SK Austrian Gligavert 3, SC Rheindorf Alch nil, WSG Troll 2, Lask 3, and Rapid Vienna nil, RB Salzburg 1. And just to tell you in this league as well, Belgian First Division A, St. Trudens VV 2, KRC Genk 2. Well, Antwerp are beating Mechelen by 3 goals still on the hour mark. Ghent against Anderlecht at half-past 5 kick-off. Union St. Gallos v KAS Open is a 6:15 kick-off. And in the Dutch Eredivisie, Excelsior 1, Sparta Rotterdam 4, RKC Waalwijk 1, RKC Waalwijk 0, should I say, PSV Eindhoven 1. And currently on 36 minutes, it's Ajax 0, NEC 0. Liverpool with a win will move above Newcastle United and close the gap to just 3 points behind the top 4. Manchester United will try and extend the gap from 4 points to 7 over Tottenham if they win at Anfield today. Just look, and I'll just fetch Paul in a minute and we'll just try and look at some key battles in this game today. And for me, Paul, probably one of the key battles, probably that midfield. I saw a graphic earlier on that when Casemiro started, Manchester United have only lost 1 game with Casemiro in the side. Do you think Manchester United can get a victory at Anfield today with Liverpool playing like they've done? But Liverpool, unbeaten in the last 7 meetings at Anfield, winning 4 and drawing 3. How'd you see that? How'd you see this game going in? Do you think the midfield battle could be the key one for this afternoon's match?
Definitely agree with you there, Ross. The Liverpool, after a miserable season, have sort of become a renaissance now, and have started to get themselves into a potential for actually reaching the Champions League when it looked impossible 2 months ago. As you mentioned, they're within 3 points. I think Casemiro is vital to this Manchester United squad. He's got 55 tackles in the midfield. He creates opportunities. His passing ability is fantastic. And I think Manchester United look a much more solid outfit with him in the lineup. And I think the battle in midfield with Casemiro, Fabinho, and Henderson, along with Fred, could be an interesting battle today.
Yes, it could, Paul. And the teams are out ahead of kick-off at Anfield. It's time for me to hand over to your match commentator, Paul James, and I'm going to be joining him right now as the co-commentator. Over to you, Paul.
All right, thank you, Ross. Good afternoon, everybody. First job of the day, of course, is the team news, and starting with Liverpool, who are managed by Jurgen Klopp. Alisson in goal, Andrew Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Trent Alexander-Arnold make up the back 4. The 3 in midfield for Liverpool today are Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson, the captain. And the 3 strikers are Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah. For Manchester United, who are managed by Eric Ten Hag, they start with David De Gea in between the pipes today. Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane, and Diogo Dalla are the back 4. Fred and Casemiro are in the holding midfielding role. Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, and Antony make up the attacking midfield trio. And Wout Weghorst is the sole striker up front for Manchester United. And the substitutes for today's game, for Liverpool, they have Kelleher on the bench as a substitute goalkeeper. Konstantinos Tsimikas drops to the bench from the win over Wolves. Joel Matip, Stefan Dojetic also drops from the starting lineup to the bench. James Milner, Curtis Jones, Fabio Carvalho, Roberto Firmino, and Diogo Dalla make up the substitutes for Liverpool. For Manchester United, of course, they have the backup goalkeeper Tom Heaton, Harry Maguire, Tyrell Malacia, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Marcel Sabitzer, I apologise, Scott McTominay, Jadon Sancho, Anthony Elanga, and Alejandro Garnacho, who's waiting in the wings. Our referee today is Andy Madley. Andy Madley joined the Premier League refereeing Group 1 in 2019. He is 39 years old and he's from Huddersfield. He's refereed 23 games this season in all competitions, shown 79 yellows, 4 reds, and 3 penalties have been awarded. He's joined by his assistants Adam Nunn, Harry Leonard. The fourth official is Chris Kavanagh, and in VAR today is David Coote alongside Timothy Ward. So this is the meeting between these two sides. This is the 239th meeting between the two teams. Liverpool have won 80 of those meetings. Manchester United have won 90. There's been 68 draws. The first meeting was actually a test match on the April 28th, 1894. Liverpool then beat the Newton Heath 2-0, and it was actually played at Ewood Park, Blackburn, with an attendance of just 3,000 people. Goals from Patrick Gordon and Harry Bradshaw on 15 minutes and 30 minutes respectively was a difference. The Prime Minister at that time was Archibald Primrose, the 5th Earl of Rosebery. He was on the Liberal Party and he served 1 year and 110 days. Queen Victoria was still on the throne. And on March the 12th, Coca-Cola is sold in bottles for the first time in a candy store in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And on June the 30th, the London Tower Bridge opened across the Thames for the first time. Manchester United, of course, in more recent meetings have only won 2 in the last 10 meetings in all competitions against their neighbours. So we're just about ready to get the game underway here. Rashford is standing over it. And they're going to be attacking the top end are Manchester United. Russ, I'll just get your early thoughts on this one. Where do you see this one going?
I can see it being a close game, Paul. You can see Liverpool have, like you mentioned, have woken up from their slow start to the season, shall we say. Manchester United coming to their own as well. I can see it being, like I mentioned earlier, probably one in the midfield, where Henderson, Elliott, and Fabinho need to be on their form if Liverpool want to win, because Manchester United have only lost one, should I say, under Casemiro when he started. So it's going to be a big test for Liverpool. But I can see it being one in the midfield, and I think we could end up having a draw today. Probably going to go for a 4-4. Trevor will be proud of me for saying that one.
Well, it's a free kick to Liverpool midway inside their own half. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball over the halfway line. Searching that one is Harvey Elliott. Gakpo wins the ball. He appears to have been fouled. The referee says play on, and then Elliott is fouled by Fred, and the referee finally does stop play. So a couple of meaty challenges early on, and already Andy Madley has some things to sort out. It might be a busy day for the referee today. Casemiro's first challenge on Gakpo looked to foul. The referee played on. And then, of course, Harvey Elliott. It looked like Fred won the ball that time, but this time Andy Madley did call back the free kick. And we are already getting some feisty action early on with a free kick to Liverpool, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. And all up front there, of course, is Darwin Núñez, Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo, all lurking with intent. Jordan Henderson. Over this one is Alexander-Arnold. He swings the ball in. It's just headed out away by Rafael Varane. Comes back to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold gets a cross in. Once again, Martinez just clears it away back to the halfway line. It's headed back into the Manchester United half. And here is Henderson. He drops it back there to Kanate, and it's then dropped over on the far side to Robertson, who gives it back to Alisson. And we have got 2 minutes gone, and the game has started incredibly quick. It's 0-0. Virgil van Dijk, he gives it back to the goalkeeper. Alisson just drops it back to Van Dijk, and right now the two are just passing amongst themselves. Finally, Alisson clears, right-footed, downfield. Just won that ball there was Luke Shaw, and it's just knocked on, but Henderson wins the ball back, and he clears the ball up and under. Hoofball, if you will. Elliott heads it on, dropped down by Darwin Núñez, but cleared away. And Liverpool win the ball back in the centre circle, and it's Fabinho. Fabinho drops it down to Elliott on the far side, over to Salah. Salah now cutting inside the penalty area, gives it back to Elliott. Elliott with a shot. Oh, it's blocked by Martinez. And Liverpool turning the screws early on here. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Long ball over to the other side of the penalty area, but nobody's there, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Russ, Liverpool has started strongly.
They have Paul really good, strong play from Liverpool, good ball in, and I think the shot, which was actually from Alvieira, was I think he was actually blocked by his own man. I think he was blocked by I think he was Fabinho, no, not Fabinho, Darwin Nunes. I think Darwin Nunes may have blocked you rather than Martinez. I think he was just in to Martinez. But Liverpool have started well. But Vegos has just won the ball back from Canate and tried to get Rashford in, but he's gone through to Alisson. But Liverpool started well, Paul. 3 minutes scored. I think it's going to be a good game. Like I said, I'm going for a 4-4.
All right, well, we're going to hold you to that, Ross. Uh, here's Kanate. Kanate plays the ball forward, but it's well won back by Casemiro. And there's Fred. Fred drops it to Wout Weghorst, who's clattered. He goes down and he's lashing out a little bit there. Is Weghorst at Fabinho. Wout Weghorst wants to watch himself. He doesn't want to pick up an early booking. But be a free kick to Manchester United, I'd say midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. There's Roberto Firmino. Really surprised we haven't seen more of him this season. And well, he's actually one of Liverpool's leading scorers at the moment, of course, with 7 goals. And the free kick is going to be taken. It's swung in and looking for Wout Weghorst, but Alisson is there to clutch the ball out of the air. And he quickly releases it downfield, looking for Salah. Salah is beaten in the air there by Fred, but Liverpool win the ball back. And here's Salah again. He's cutting into the penalty area. Mohamed Salah, can he get the cross in? Oh, he just runs out of space in the end. And Fred marshalling Salah well there. And it just goes out of play for a goal kick. But you can see Salah is really trying to muscle his way in there, but he really just ran out of time and real estate. And it's going to be a goal kick to Manchester United. Well,
Yes, and Paul there, we just bit good bit of play from Rashford, from Fred there to get back and help out. And then you saw him having a go, the likes of Varane, Martinez, and especially Dallo, I think he was, because Dallo allowed Salah to get in beyond him when Dallo should have really cut that ball out before he managed to get inside the penalty area there with Salah.
yeah, it's the United don't want to be arguing amongst themselves earlier on, although I do understand the frustration. Salah was able to get in there fairly easily. So it's going to be a throw into Liverpool, about 6 yards inside the Manchester United half of the field. We're just going to take a look and see who is taking that. It's actually been moved back into Liverpool's half of the field. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold who's going to take it. He's just stole the same amount of yards all the way back again, though. So I'm not sure what the point of all that was, but the flooring is taken quickly. It's headed on, but Rafael Varane has it, and Varane just drops it back to David De Gea. Gakpo chasing De Gea down, but De Gea clears it. He's looking for Anthony there, but it's comfortably won back by Liverpool, and here's Robertson. Robertson just trying to get away from Dallo, but he does attempt to get the cross in, Robertson, but it's blocked by Dallo, and it's going to be the first corner of the game.
Yeah,
And it's gone.
good play there from Andy Robertson down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Won the ball back quite easily after Anthony gave the ball over, passed the ball straight to him. Brilliant run and a good block from Dallo down for this first corner of the game, which has gone to Liverpool on their left-hand side.
Yeah, it's Liverpool really have started the better of the two teams. It has to be said. The corner taken by Robertson, it's outswung. There's a header by Van Dijk, but it loops up into the air. And United with Rafael Varane just clear it to Anthony, but Anthony is dispossessed, and it's Elliott drops back into the centre circle to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold drops it to Fabinho, and he gives it to Henderson. Fabinho. He's being pressed back by Manchester United and, in fact, goes all the way back to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. He gives it back to Fabinho. Let's see what he can do with the ball. And Alisson will probably clear this long now, right-footed. Excuse me, indeed he does. But that's a good win in midfield by Alessandro Martinez. But Casemiro gives the ball away to Elliott, and Elliott storming into the Manchester United half. Elliott just drops it back now to Salah. Alexander-Arnold, deep cross there, looking for Robertson, but it bounces to the edge of the penalty area to Henderson. Henderson drops it back to Fabinho. Fabinho drops it back into the midfield to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk, Henderson. Henderson just looking for options. Manchester United once again doing a good job pressing Liverpool back into their own half here. Kanate just gives it to Elliott, and Elliott over on the far side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He launches it the opposite end, the opposite width of the pitch to Robertson, and Robertson gives it to Henderson. And it's Van Dijk, long ball over onto the far side there to find Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives it to Salah. back to Alexander Arnold. And Alexander Arnold sets Harvey Elliott on his way. And it's dropped back by Nunes. And Nunes wins the ball back in the penalty area. Nunes, oh, it's a very terrible ball, really. And Fred wins the ball back and clears it into the Liverpool half of the field. That was not a good ball by Darwin Nunes, Ross.
No, it wasn't, I think. But you've got to say as well, I think Henderson wasn't expecting it, but Henderson was a bit slow to react to that ball coming back out. If he's watching the play well, you could see that Nunes were going to play back out, so it should have been real, quicker to react to the ball coming back out. But Darwin Nunes didn't put enough pace on it to get it to Henderson either. Well, that's a poor play from both players there, Nunes and Henderson, in my
Well,
opinion.
you're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page, Facebook at the Commentary Hub. Here's Anthony. Anthony gets a shot away. Oh, it's the first shot in anger, about 23 yards out, forcing a save by Alisson. And he just picks the ball up on the edge of the penalty area, cuts across. It's a curling shot. There's not enough power there, I don't think, to beat Alisson, but a good effort by Anthony.
Yeah, brilliant strike from Anthony there. Fantastic play from Manchester United, forcing the first real save in anger from them. And it was a fantastic curling effort. Good palm away by Alisson behind for this corner.
Free kick corner taken by Fernandez. It was short and launched into the penalty area by Shaw. It's back with Fernandez, and he gives it back to Shaw. Shaw's cross is a disappointing one and easily blocked, and it's going to be a throw into Manchester United. Manchester United, just so you know, are wearing their chain strips of white shirts, black shorts, and white socks. Liverpool, of course, in their full strip of red. And the cross coming in this time again, and it goes behind for a goal kick. This time Casemiro trying to get the cross in, but it just went behind. Rashford being helped up by Konate, who's Rashford went clattering into the boards. He appears to be okay, perhaps just a little bit shaken. And with 10 minutes gone here, it's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. It's this one is already started at a very fast pace, and Liverpool have won the ball back here now. And here's Cody Gakpo over the halfway line. He drops it to Darwin Nunez. He tries to play the ball forward again. Darwin Nunez, a very disappointing ball. Dalot is able to pick that ball up, but just clears it out of play. He had a little bit more time than he realised, said Dalot, but he plays it out of play. It'll be a throw-in to Liverpool, and it's midway inside the Manchester United half, taken by Robertson, and it was played again to Nunez, who once again gave the ball away, and it's cleared away by Manchester United. And it's gone back with Ibrahim Konate inside his own half. He gives it to Alisson. Alisson drops it to Van Dijk. And back to Alisson. Alisson goes long this time. Chasing up that one's Cody Gakpo with the header, but cutting across to make the interception is Luke Shaw, who clears it into the Liverpool half of the field. And Manchester United have the ball now with Dalot. Dalot just trying to bring the ball down, drops it to Anthony. Gives the ball to Wout Weghorst. Weghorst just having a little difficulty controlling that. And he drops it back to Raphael Varane. Here's Fred. Fred turns, plays the ball forward. He was looking for Rashford, but great work by Van Dijk. Manchester United maintain possession, though. And here's Anthony. And the Virgil van Dijk plays the ball off Anthony, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Frantic start, Ross.
Yes, absolutely frantic start. And you can see that Van Dijk wasn't happy with his midfielders, giving the ball away quite easily. And then Manchester United almost punished them as they gave it away to Vegas, put his ball forward, looked for Anthony. And then Van Dijk cleared it off, Anthony behind for a goal kick. Well, frantic start, and Liverpool will try and come again, but Robertson couldn't keep the ball in play on this near side.
All right, well, it's going to be a throw into Manchester United, about 6 yards inside the Liverpool half of the field, and it's going to be Diogo Dalot who is going to take this throw in. He's just looking for what options he's got available. And it's a good interception there by Van Dijk again. And he plays the ball into midfield, but Salah was not able to control that, and it ran straight through to Luke Shaw, who returns it to David De Gea in the Manchester United goal. He gives it to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw places against Harvey Elliott. It's a handball judged by Andy Madley, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. Again, round about midway inside their own half of the field, Lisandro Martinez is going to take it. You've got 13 minutes gone here. Liverpool nil, Manchester United nil. And here's Diogo Dalla. Dalla just looking for the options. He plays it against Cody Gakpo. Liverpool win the ball back, but here's Gakpo to Robertson. Robertson dropped it back to Henderson, the captain. Henderson just turns Fred and gives it to Gakpo. Gakpo storming forward now. He's got options available to him. He's just trying to do it on his own at the moment, is Gakpo. He's got three Manchester United players surrounding him. He gets into the penalty area, though. Nunez goes down. A feint appeal, but that was never going to be a penalty. Fabinho plays it to Salah inside the penalty area. Salah gets a shot away. Oh, and it's just wide. Salah's curling attempt there, rather than an industrious effort by Salah. He definitely had players surrounding him there, but got the curling shot. Unfortunately, Ross, it was for Salah. It was just away from the goal.
Yes, I think probably the best idea there for Salah was to, as he cut inside, you saw Alexander Arnold go on the overlap on the right hand side. It was probably best to play it out to Alexander Arnold on that right hand side to try and get the ball in rather than going for the shot himself because he was never going to score from there. He was always going wide with that curling effort for me. So I was personally played out wide to Alexander Arnold. Hopefully, probably next time when he sees the opportunity, he may do that.
Yeah, absolutely, Russ. Thank you for your insight there as well. And it's a throw-in taken by Dallo, and Wout Weghorst is muscling off two or three Liverpool players, but he has been adjudged to have committed a foul, one of which he doesn't agree with.
He was
And he's
handball there by Diego Dallo. Andy Madley just signalled handball there, and he did look like he come off his arm. But Fred's not getting the ball back here now to Virgil van Dijk, and Virgil van Dijk wasn't happy, and Fred wasn't happy either. So Andy Madley just come over across to have a speak to Fred there, but it was definitely a handball there by Weghorst, and he's going to be a free kick, which I think probably either Robertson or Alexander Arnold will take it. Probably say Alexander Arnold probably the favourite from this side, will probably be Robertson, knowing my luck.
Well, it is Robertson. He swings the ball in and it's headed away, but just not far enough. And Canate is in the penalty area. It's crossed in there, and Trent Alexander-Arnold puts it back into the 6-yard box. It bounces out to the edge of the penalty area, and it was shot by Henderson, I think, and it goes wide. It might have been Elliott, actually. And it just goes wide, but the cross came in, and Manchester United didn't really deal with this. It was headed out, but really only as far as Elliott, and it was just inside the penalty area, closer to the penalty spot, I would say. But once again, Manchester United just not dealing with that, Ross.
No, for some whatever reason, they're not very comfortable with balls being put into the penalty area. If I was Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool, I'd be putting the balls into the box more often because we've just seen there on a couple of occasions where the United defence have not been able to deal with the balls into the penalty area.
Yeah, that's true. They've definitely had some issues there. Liverpool now have possession of the ball, and it's dropped back to Alisson. Alisson swings it over to Robertson, but coming in, just storming in there was Dalot just to stop that pass. It does result in a throw into Liverpool, which Robertson will take, and he's just now he's about 10 yards or so inside his own half. And it's won back by Fred. Fred drops the ball to dropped the ball to Weghorst. Weghorst. He's got two players around him. Good work there by Robertson again, and he just gets the ball out of play. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United, level with the Liverpool penalty area, and it's Diogo Dalla that's going to take it. And Dalla just drops it to Rashford, and Dalla gets the ball back. Gives it to Casemiro. Gives it to Lissandro Martinez. Lissandro Martinez played it forward. He was looking for Fred, but it took a deflection and went all the way through to Alisson. So another Manchester United move breaks down. I think what I've seen from both sides so far, Ross, is that both sides are sort of getting forward. They're being positive, but perhaps the final ball is the issue here.
Yeah, I think both teams. I'll break off and answer your question in a minute. It's Man United on the attack here, Paul, but Liverpool have defended well with Gakpo just playing to it to Salah. So I'll just get on to my point. Yeah, I think both teams are very guilty of giving the ball away in the final third and not able to take risks at the moment. Both teams wanting to try and force it into the penalty instead of enforcing into the goal instead of having a strike on goal. The only one real strike on goal was from Anthony outside the box. But apart from that, both teams are trying to work it into the penalty area before having a shot, which is a bit puzzling for me when both teams have got quality to strike from outside the penalty area.
Well, that's a good point. Must they do? Both teams do have quality where they can get goals outside the penalty area. And on the ball over on the far side, there is Darwin Núñez, way out of position there, and he tried to get the cross in, but it was blocked, and it's going to be a throw into Liverpool, level with the Manchester United penalty area, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold to take it. Um, and Gakpo lurking with intent. Fred seems to be monitoring Gakpo. The throw in is taken on the far side is Salah, right by the corner flag. Plays it into the penalty area, and it's Darwin Núñez again who gets the ball up into the air. Salah brings it down in the penalty area, gives it to Elliott. Elliott back to Henderson, but it's blocked by Shaw. A chance! Oh, and what an opportunity for Salah! It wasn't a tight angle, but it was shot wide. Well, that was probably Liverpool's, I'd say, their best opportunity so far, Ross.
Yeah, it was their best opportunity so far there, Paul, but I don't think it was Salah. I think it was Darwin Núñez who had that shot, which just went wide there. But Liverpool's best opportunity, they've worked the ball well into the penalty area, managed to get a strike in, but unfortunately for the Reds, he's just gone wide, and Liverpool will try and get back on the front foot and try and get the goal, which from so far they're dominant.
We just seem to have lost Ross for a moment, but the cross has swung in, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper. I'll try and get Russ back for you in a moment, but we seem to have lost him for the second. And here is Rashford, and Rashford just taking it towards the corner flag, and it's blocked by Virgil van Dijk, and it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester United. I'm just seeing if we've got Russ back here. Russ, do we have you back? Nope, not yet. So it'll be a corner for Manchester United, and it's going to be taken on this near side. We're just going to take a look at who is taking this corner. It looks like it's going to be Luke Shaw. He's taking the ball, and he drops it. He's going to be taking this corner, and it's going to be swung in. Luke Shaw now just waiting with he plays it short actually and gives it to Anthony. Anthony to Fred. We seem to have Russ back now. Hi Russ, are you there with us? No, still can't hear Russ. I thought we had him back. Russ, do we have you back?
I'm back now, Paul. Yes, sorry about that, my friend.
Oh yeah, no worries.
The internet connection that I was using, the Wi-Fi connection I'm using is it just stopped down, so I've just had to switch over to the mobile internet and get back on that way. Hopefully, you can hear me loud and clear now.
Oh yeah, I can hear you clear now, and it's Robertson taking the throw in, as I'd say 6 yards or so, 7 yards or so inside the Manchester United half of the field. Robertson is going to take it, and it's just headed down that time by Henderson, but that Weghorst wins the ball back and drops it down to Rafael Varane, and Lisandro Martinez just drops it back to the goalkeeper. David De Gea, it cleared long, and it's won by Canate, who just heads it to Fabinho. Fabinho to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk to Gakpo in the centre circle. Gakpo drops it back again to Canate. Canate over on the far side to Elliott. Elliott plays the ball forward. It's knocked on to Alexander-Arnold. It's got Darwin Núñez overlapping, but just chooses Robertson. Here's a chance. Robertson cuts inside with a shot. Oh, and it's blocked there by Lisandro Martinez, and he heads the ball out of play. Going to be a throw in to Liverpool, and it's to be taken by Henderson. Henderson gets the ball back. He's looking for options in the penalty area. He plays it across to Gakpo. Gakpo gives it to Elliott. Elliott under pressure, still has the ball on the edge of the area. Crosses the ball in looking for Núñez. It's headed out by Luke Shaw. Fabinho drops it back to Robertson. Robertson tries to get the cross in, and there's a chance! Oh, Núñez was cutting in front of Lisandro Martinez, but Martinez was right there, Johnny on the spot to stop Darwin Núñez from having an easy tap in, really. But great defending by Lisandro Martinez, Ross.
Yes, fantastic ball in from Andy Robertson, and it looked as though Darwin Núñez, for all the Loving the World was going to score, but Lisandro Martinez managed to get a brilliant foot in and clear it away for a corner. Liverpool's probably one of Liverpool's biggest chances in this game so far.
Well, we have 23 minutes gone. It's Liverpool nil, Manchester United nil. Liverpool are going to get the resulting corner here. And it's Andrew Robertson who outswings it. It's headed up into the air by Casemiro. But Liverpool still have it. But Elliott just gives a wayward pass there, and it's away from Robertson. Bruno Fernandes just kind of watches it go out of play. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United right down by their own corner flag. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's player of the match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. And Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1 and Facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. You can like our Facebook page. Manchester United go over the halfway line now, and they give it to Anthony. Anthony, right down this right-hand side, gets into the penalty area. The ball was disappointing. It comes back to Fred, though. And Casemiro, good interception by Salah. And cleared away by Alexander-Arnold from inside his own penalty area. But Manchester United pushing again. It's cleared away by Fabinho all the way this time. Manchester United have the ball back with Bruno Fernandes to Luke Shaw. Shaw drops it back to Fernandes. Fernandes gives it to Casemiro. Casemiro to the edge of the penalty area to Weghorst. Weghorst's ball is disappointing, and Van Dijk can come away with it and gives the ball to Darwin Núñez, who's dispossessed by Dalla. And here's Fred. Fred gives the ball to Anthony. Anthony, once again, looking to cause some pain in that Liverpool defence, but the ball in again is a disappointing one, and it's comfortably won back by Liverpool and cleared away by Jordan Henderson, and it was launched back into the Liverpool half of the field again by Alessandro Martinez. Trent Alexander-Arnold heads it up in the air. We've got head tennis going on right now. Alexander-Arnold controls the ball and plays it long to Salah. Salah, surely he was impeded there by Alessandro Martinez, and surely that will be a yellow card. But we're gonna see here in a moment. There's an elbow there, Ross. There's an elbow.
Yes, that's got to be a red card for Martinez. You can see he looks where Salah is and then elbows him as he got the ball back to David Ayer there. That should have been a red card for Alessandro Martinez. Somehow, Andy Madley and the VAR man, which is David Coote, has not spotted that.
No, that's a strange one. Dalla wins the ball here and he gives it to Fred. Fred drops it back to Dalla. Dalla with a cross into the penalty area. There's a header! Oh, and it's just wide! Oh, Bruno Fernandes with the header on the back post. And it's a wonderful cross by Dalla and his Portuguese compatriot. Bruno Fernandes just heads it wide. And Russ, I'll get your comments in a moment. But we do have a comment from Martin Janos in the comment section saying, can you stream it? Unfortunately, we can't, Martin. We don't have the copyrights to do that, I'm afraid. Can I get your comments on that one, Ross? Header by Bruno Fernandes.
Yes, fantastic ball in from Diego Dallo down the right-hand side. It was a fantastic cross in, and Fernandes did everything right, but the header was just wrong side of the post. It was a fantastic header back across goal. You're told when you're playing football as a young age, when the ball comes in from one side, head it back from where it come from. That's what he did. And it was a fantastic effort, but he just went wide. As Rashford just in the save, shot saved by Alisson there. Fantastic ball across from Shaw with that running, and it was a fantastic save from Rashford.
Yeah, the attempt by Rashford I felt was a little bit tame, Ross. I think it comes to you would expect Alisson Becker to make that save. It's now back with Luke Shaw. Shaw just drops it back and he gives it to Casemiro. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball forward. Just looking here for Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez on the halfway line and he's dispossessed that time. And now Manchester United coming forward without Weghorst, who lose his ball. His pass there was a wayward pass, and Robertson just slips the ball in midfield to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott over the halfway line. Elliott on the far side to Salah. Salah into the penalty area, plays a disappointing ball, and it's comfortably dealt with by Varane, but only to the edge of the penalty area. Varane had a lot more time there. Here's Salah. Salah gets into the penalty area again, and Darwin Nunez didn't want to approach it because he would have been offside, but it's cleared, and it goes all the way back into the Liverpool half of the field. Konate trying to keep the Liverpool players pressed into the Manchester United half. Konate inside the centre circle. Well, instead he decides to go back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. And, it's once again Liverpool just piling on the pressure at the moment, Ross.
They are Liverpool piling on the pressure. Manchester United are not the door for their in their defence is not creaking just yet. But I must say Liverpool are going to come will come close very shortly to opening the score. And if they do, it'll be deserved from the pressure that they've put Manchester United under in the opening 28 and a half minutes. Liverpool, for me, have been the best side in this game so far.
Well, it's going to be a throw in to Liverpool, level with their own penalty area, and Trent Alexander Arnold will take it. He gives it to Fabinho, and Trent Alexander Arnold plays the ball forward. And it's knocked on by Salah, but it's comfortably won by Lisandro Martinez, World Cup winner for Argentina, of course. Lisandro Martinez is dispossessed there, and Liverpool now try to come forward. It's launched forward by Fabinho. Salah just having difficulty bringing the ball under control, and it's won back by Luke Shaw, but illegally, according to Andy Madley, and it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool, and the United players surrounding the referee, wanting further action taken. You can see Shaw there did grab a hold of Salah. So I'm not sure what the complaints are from the Manchester United players.
I'm not either, Paul, and you also saw there as well, my friend. There was a push in the back from Lisandro Martinez as well on Salah, which I'm surprised. I'm not sure which one the referee's given it for. I think it's for the one by Shaw, but it could have been either one given there.
Free kick is swung in and headed away by Rashford, and it's the break is on now. Fred, he just loses it. He overran that a little bit, but it comes back and it's launched forward again. And Anthony now tries to get the ball across. Waiting there was Rashford, but Ibrahim Konate was awake to that because had he not been, Rashford was in there. But you could see the long ball there was picked up by Anthony. Anthony just played the ball across. There was just not enough on it, though. And Konate wins that ball easily. But it's going to be a throw into Manchester United. And it's the throw-in is actually going to be taken just level with the Manchester United, with the Liverpool penalty area. And here's Rashford. Rashford drops it back, and it cuts off Elliott. And it's going to be another throw-in to Manchester United. And half an hour gone here. It's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Throw-in to be taken by Luke Shaw once again. And he gives it to Rashford. Rashford under pressure here by Fabinho and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold knocks it out, and it's going to be a throw-in again to Manchester United. About 7 yards away from the corner flag in the Manchester United penalty area. Well, that's where it should have been, but the referee is directing him back there now. And Luke Shaw will take this throw in, and Anthony drops it back to Shaw. Shaw gets a cross in, but it's blocked by Elliott and headed out by Trent Alexander-Arnold, only as far as Casemiro. Casemiro again just flicks the ball to Shaw. Shaw to Anthony, who seems to have switched sides. Is Shaw fouled there? Yes. Gakpo is trying to say he went for the ball or won the ball. I'm not sure on that one, Ross. Free kick for me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it again here on the replay, Paul, and he does get a slight touch of the ball, but it's the follow through which has caused the free kick to happen. He got a slight touch onto the ball there, Gakpo, but the follow through is what causes the free kick to take place. And I think he was a bit lucky there. He did get the ball first, but the follow through is what made the referee's mind up to give the free kick there.
All right, so we've got two Manchester United players over this, Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw. Only Harvey Elliott is a low man in the wall. We'll just take a look and see who's going to swing this in. It is Shaw. There's a header by Weghorst. And actually, it was Diogo Dalla, my apologies. And Dalla just gets a header in there. And it's a comfortable save by Alisson. and he releases it now. And here's Andrew Robertson plays it across the width of the pitch to Kanate. Kanate out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He drops it back to Kanate. And Alisson gives it back to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk across there to Ibrahima Kanate. Elliott. Manchester United now starting to press, starting to get back, starting to get the way into this game, Ross.
Yeah, yes, Man United, I've just seen the stats come up here. Manchester United have only had 3 shots on target. Liverpool have had none, but Liverpool have had 7 shots in the game so far. To Manchester United's 4. So Liverpool, when they're still getting more shots off, need to test their aim quite on more often because so far, the air, even though he's in the Manchester United goal, could get a deck chair out because the shots they've had have not been on target and have not troubled him whatsoever. Yeah, it is
And
Andrew Robertson just wins the header. Brilliant
Andy
there.
Robertson
Past
picks
Dallo.
up the ball. Robertson just slips the ball there to Nunes in the penalty area. Nunes tries to play the ball across. It's just cleared by Casemiro, but only to the edge of the area. Here's Jordan Henderson. Henderson just drops it to Nunes again. Nunes tries to cut inside. He goes over. The referee says no foul. Here's Anthony coming forward for Manchester United now. Anthony is brought down that time. And it's Cody Gakpo again. And he needs to watch it because the referee is going to be counting these fouls. And he could end up going into the book. Anthony there looking rather disgusted at that challenge. And
Yes, he
free
was.
kick.
He was there, Paul. But a free kick's not being given. It's been given as a throw-in to Manchester United instead. Going back to that challenge on Darwin Nunes, I think that it was looked a clean challenge on first view, and I want to see it again because it looked like he got the ball on the first view. But I want to see it again because I'm not 100% sure if he did or not. But on the first view, it looked like he did. But I want to see it again just to double check.
All right, so Salah is fouled in the centre circle, and it's going to be a free kick to free kick to Liverpool for the foul inside the centre circle. Liverpool just again sending their usual suspects up front. There's Henderson. Henderson's not chooses not to launch it into towards the Manchester United penalty area. Here's Salah. Salah plays it off Luke Shaw, and it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester, a throw-in to Liverpool. And it's just inside the Manchester United half of the field, just by a couple of yards. And he gives it to Fabinho, and it's played by Alexander Arnold, the full width of the pitch to Robertson. Robertson approaching the penalty area. It's a bad ball by Robertson and just cleared out of play by Alessandro Martinez. He gets good distance on that. It's going to be another throw-in to Liverpool, and again, the throw-in is going to be taken from entirely the wrong position. And it's midway inside the Manchester United half of the field, and Andrew Robertson has taken the throw in, and Darwin Nunes plays the ball over on the far side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He launches the ball up into the air, but it's won comfortably by Fred. Fred clears it into the air, and Trent Alexander-Arnold wins it back. And he launches it towards the penalty area, and clearing up is Rafael Varane, and he gives it back to David De Gea. De Gea gives it to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez just looking, seeing what options he's got available here. He plays the ball forward to, that looks like Luke Shaw on the far side. Luke Shaw, an inspired run towards the penalty area by Luke Shaw, but it's tracking him all the way back there was Mohamed Salah making that challenge. And it actually eventually comes off Luke Shaw. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool. And it's going to be right by their own corner flag. And it's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold to take it. We'll just see. And we've got Gakpo there as well as an option. But Trent Alexander-Arnold is taking his time with this one. And we are approaching 8 minutes to go until half time. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. The throw-in taken quickly. Headed on by Henderson to Darwin Nunes. Darwin Nunes once again plays a wayward pass. And Ross, that's not the first time today. Darwin Nunes has done that a few times.
He has, Paul. He's done that quite a few times, as you mentioned. And I think he was brought in as a. I was listening to coverage on the TV beforehand, and where I'm sat listening, doing this game with you, and I was listening to Jamie Carragher. I just got ball good now from Della for a goal kick to Liverpool. I was listening to Jamie Carragher earlier on, and he was saying Liverpool bought Darwin Nunes is a central striker, but since Cody Gakpo's come in, he's been playing out on this left hand side, another role he was brought in to do, and I'm wondering if that's affecting his confidence a little bit.
I'll just stop you there, Ross. Oh, never mind. Gapco was going to play it in Darwin Nunes, and that ball was wayward. And it's out for a throw in now to Robertson. Robertson just drops it back to Henderson, and Henderson goes all the way back to his own half to Virgil van Dijk. And the ball is played across to Kanate. Kanate gives it to Elliott and back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who inside the Manchester United half goes all the way back to Alisson. Alisson drops it back to Virgil van Dijk. Kanate to Elliott. Elliott inside the centre. Oh, it's a disappointing ball by Elliott, and it's comfortably won by Anthony. And it's dropped back now to Casemiro. Casemiro tries to play Anthony through it, breaks loose, and Fernandes nearly had a chance there, but it was hacked away by Virgil van Dijk. Well, the ball broke clear. Alisson was out of position, but Virgil van Dijk got there before Bruno Fernandes. Ross, Liverpool fell asleep at the back there.
They did, yes, but I'll break off as Liverpool trying to come forward and continue at the moment, but Liverpool did fall asleep. That Anthony and Manchester United almost made them pay for it, as Anthony just goes down under the challenge of Andy Robertson and wins Manchester United a free kick. Some of the crowd in and around us and over on our far side are not happy with that, Paul. But we'll just see that Manchester United chance again. Anthony with the ball through into Rashford, lay off into Bruno Fernandes. Wonderful ball. I think he may have just been offside, Anthony, and when we stay there, and then there's a handball by Bruno Fernandes as Van Dijk cleared, which is why the referee played advantage, but Liverpool couldn't take advantage of the advantage given by the referee.
And it's resulted in a free kick to Manchester United. It's Bruno Fernandes over it. It's long, but that's going to be comfortably taken by Alisson. And so it's Darwin Nunes, and he goes over the halfway line. Darwin Nunes. And it's just knocked out of play there by Rashford. It's going to be a throw in to Liverpool. Gala is just being helped on his feet. Oh, that was another elbow. And in that, I'm just looking at that follow-up. Manchester United now coming forward, and it's Marcus Rashford. Rashford just trying to get inside Konate, and it's a free kick to Manchester United for the foul by Fabinho. And the yellow card, it's the first yellow card of the day, and it's flashed to, just going to see who that is being flashed to. It looks like it's been flashed to Alexander Arnold. Not sure what that was for. He wasn't involved in that tackle. And it looks like Rashford tripped over himself, to be fair. So maybe perhaps that's what Alexander Arnold was getting his a voice at, but it has actually, we've just been informed that it's just been changed actually, and it has been given to Fabinho. So it's a yellow card for Fabinho for the foul, even though it looked to me more like that was a tripping over himself type thing. And it'll be a free kick though to Manchester United. And Luke Shaw is over this one, and so of course it's Bruno Fernandes, the usual suspects in this position. And this time Salah operates the only man in the wall. It's swung in by Fernandes. There's a header and a goal! Oh, it's disallowed. The assistant's flag is up on this near side. And the goal has been disallowed. And I'm just thinking that came off Casemiro. Yes, Casemiro was in the offside position. Mind you, so is Weghorst. Yes, it did come off Casemiro. I would expect Casemiro to beat Weghorst in the air. So Casemiro's header is put in the net, but it is not going to count. But it's a warning shot across Liverpool's bow, Ross.
It is, Paul, yes, and I think justice was done there as in regards to Casemiro and Weghorst being in an offside position as that free kick came in, because like you said, he kicked his own legs, but I've seen them given before, because as he's running inside, the player's running behind you, you lift your leg up, they catch your leg, you catch your other leg as the other leg, after it's been caught by the defender of the opposition team, and you go down and free kicks normally get given. Well, that was a soft free kick to be given, and I think justice was done there with that goal being disallowed.
Robertson plays the ball forward into the penalty area. Here's Gakpo. Real chance for Gakpo. 1-0 Liverpool. Oh, that was a perfect finish by Cody in that penalty area and just curled it away to David De Gea's left-hand side. He was getting nowhere near that. And just a minute or 2 minutes, really, after the goal was disallowed by Casemiro, Liverpool punish Manchester United and take a one-goal lead. Ross, talk us through that one.
Yes, oh my word, fantastic. We were just saying one thing about the disallowed goal a couple of seconds ago, but then wonderful ball from Andy Robertson. I think it may just be offside, Paul. I'm going to have to wait and see what VAR say. With a fantastic ball cut inside from Cody Gakpo, who'll finish it off brilliantly. And Liverpool, if this goal stands, take a one-goal lead, and it's a fantastic goal. Cut inside past Rafael Varane and find it into the bottom corner. Down there, no chance. Liverpool had one inside at one end, and Liverpool have punished Manchester United after their goal was disallowed with that goal there from Cody Gakpo. And Liverpool lead by a goal to nil. The goal stands, and it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United nil. And this is what the game needs. You needed a goal to liven things up a bit more. And now Manchester United having to come out will make it even easier for Liverpool to get in behind and probably score 2 or 3 more.
And the ball is long into the penalty area. There's a chance for Manchester United. And it's Fernandes. Fernandes plays it to Weghorst. And it's a block and goes over, but the official's flag is up on the far side anyway. But let's just take a look at this again. It was an innocuous long ball. And it was picked up by Fernandes. Now, Fernandes was offside. I think that's where the official is referring to. And without Weghorst, well, he didn't know that. But his shot was blocked by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And, well, we've had drama in the last few minutes. Offside, Ross?
Yeah, correct call there, Paul. There was a brilliant ball over the top, though, to split the Liverpool defence after just scoring. If Fernandes had timed that would have been better. That could have been easily a 1-1. I think Fernandes probably knew that he was offside, and that's why he passed to Valvegos, because he could have been given, because he could have had a shot himself. Danny Robertson just smashed into Anthony there, as we see a minimum of, I think he's 1 minute, 1 minute at a time, signalled by the fourth official there, end of this first half, Chris Kavanagh.
Well, again, pretty unnecessary, really, to do things like this. You're just going to earn yourself a yellow card. Here's Luke Shaw, gives a ball on the far side to Fernandes. Fernandes drops it back to Casemiro. And here's Lisandro Martinez. Long ball over down this near side to Anthony. Anthony looking at what options he's got. He swings it into the penalty area, but Anthony, it's another disappointing ball by him. It's too close to Alisson Becker, and he just gobbles that up. And as we go into the last sort of 20 seconds of this 1 minute stoppage time, I'll get Russ's thoughts in a moment when the halftime whistle goes. Alisson Becker launches it downfield, but it's an easy win there by Rafael Varane, who just heads it forward. And Manchester United so it was Anthony there, tried to play the ball forward, but it was a disappointing ball. But that's it. Andy Madley blows for half-time. Cody Gakpo's goal on 42 minutes is a difference. A disallowed goal by Casemiro just 2 minutes earlier means that the score at half-time is Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. And Ross, let's have your thoughts on that first half.
Well, where to start, shall we, Paul? Where shall we start, mate? Because it's been a fantastic start from the first whistle right to the very end. It's been an end-to-end game. Both teams are going for it. Both teams are having chances. But Liverpool have taken one of their chances. And when I just look at the stats, the chance there from Cody Gakpo was Liverpool's first shot on target compared to Manchester United's 3. Liverpool have had 8 shots in the game, 1 on target. Man United have had 5 shots in the game, 3 on target. So Liverpool need to really convert more shots on target. But that's a good starting point just before half time. That's what you would want. If you want to score just before half time, that's the right time to do it. If you concede, it's the wrong time to do it. I think Jurgen Klopp will probably be happy that their defence hasn't been breached as much from a scoring perspective, apart from that one disallowed goal, which was offside by Casemiro. But other than that, Liverpool have had chances. Manchester United have had chances. I think both managers will probably be happier going into it with chances at both ends. And Klopp will probably be the more happier one, or shall I go by his full name? Jurgen Norbert Klopp will probably be the happier of the two with the formation, with everything going off with the formations and everything. So for me, I think Liverpool probably be the happier with the scoreline, but Ten Hag will be happy with this size performance and being able to create and carve Liverpool's defence open.
All right, thank you for that. And as you are on presenting duties, Ross, I'll let you take over for a few moments.
Thank you very much there, Paul. And Paul will now just go for a break and he'll come back just before the end of the just before the start of the second half. And let's run you through some of the scores from today just to tell you about in the matches, some of the matches which are taking place today, and we'll keep you across that throughout the afternoon. We'll start off with the Premier League, and the early score was Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2. As you can hear, as you've been hearing, is Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0 at the break in our featured match. In the Scottish Premiership, St Mirren 1, Celtic 5. In the FA Women's Super League, Manchester United 5, Leicester City 1, Everton 0, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 3, Tottenham 1, Reading 2, West Ham 1. In the FA Women's League Cup final, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1, Durham 5 in the FA Women's Championship. Durham 5, Coventry United 1, Lewes 2, Sunderland 0, Birmingham 2, Blackburn 1, Charlton 1, Southampton 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bristol City 3, London City Lionesses 1, Sheffield United 2. In the Spanish La Liga, River Olive 2, Espanyol 1, Barcelona 1, Valencia 0, River Corno via Athletic Bilbao kicks off in 10 minutes time at the end of in 10 minutes time. First half will kick off at 8 o'clock tonight is Real Betis against Real Madrid. In the German Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen 4, Hertha Berlin 1 is currently Wolfsburg 2, Frankfurt 2. Italian Serie A, Spezia 0, Hellas Verona 0, Sampdoria 0, Santiana 0. Those are full-time scores. Inter Milan 0, Lecce 0, 80 minutes gone in that game. Roma against Juventus, evening kickoff at 7:45. French League 1, Troyes 2, Monaco 2, Montpellier 5, Angers 0, Reims 1, Ajaccio 0, Strasbourg 0, Brest 1, Toulouse 0, Clermont 1, Lyon 0, Lorient 0, 58 minutes gone. Rennes v Marseille is the evening kickoff at 7:45. In the Austrian Bundesliga, SK Austrian Klagenfurt 3, SC Redinhof Altach 0, WSG 2, Lask 3, an hour gone is Rapid Vienna 1, RB Salzburg 1, Belgium First Division A, St Trudens VV 2, KRC Genk 2, Royal Antwerp 5, Mechelen 0. Evening kickoffs for Ghent against Anderlecht in around about 9 minutes time, and Union Saint-Gallos against KS Eupen at 6:15 this evening. In the Dutch Eredivisie, Excelsior 1, Sport Rotterdam 4, RKC Waalwijk 0, PSV Eindhoven 1, Ajax 1, NEC 0, 75 minutes gone. 7 o'clock kickoff, evening kickoff for SC Canberra against Go Red Eagles this evening as well. So that's some of the other scores to tell you about. Let me just tell you some of the results from the MLS right now to tell you. So last night, Saturday evening in the MLS, if in the game which kicked off at 9:30 last night. All these are available if you can get it on Apple TV in the UK now. Los Angeles 3, Portland Timbers 2. So let's go to today's matches, which all kicked off in the early hours of this morning. Atlanta United 1, Toronto 1, Columbus Crew 2, DC United 0, it's Miami 2, Philadelphia Union 0, New England Revolution 3, Houston Dynamo 0, New York Red Bulls 0, Nashville 0, Orlando City 0, FC Cincinnati 0, Austin FC 1, CF Montreal 0, Chicago Fire 1, New York City 1, FC Dallas 3, Los Angeles 1, Los Angeles Galaxy 1, St. Louis City 3, Charlotte 1, Colorado Rapids 0, Sporting Kansas City 0, San Jose Earthquakes 2, Vancouver Whitecaps 1, and Seattle Sounders 2, Real Salt Lake nil is the scores there. I'm going to take a break now, and I'll be back alongside Paul in plenty of time for the second half. Don't know where you're listening to the commentary hub. Welcome back to the Connor Trubs coverage here on this Premier League match between Liverpool and Manchester United. Is Liverpool, who are in the lead thanks to Cody Gakpo's goal on 42 minutes, the difference between the two sides. And overall in that first half, it's been a frantic watch from start to finish. It's been a fantastic game. I think Jurgen Norbert Klopp will probably be the happier of the two managers because of his where his teams responded to Manchester United getting into the lead on a number of occasions. I think in the lead, getting into positions to take the lead, should I say, but on a number of occasions, I think Liverpool have done really, really well to stop them from progressing forward, and Manchester United having more shots on target than what they have done so far. Manchester United have so Liverpool from having plenty of shots on target. Going back across to Paul James and myself, very in this second, this Manchester United are just making their way out of the tunnel. Or getting ready to make their way out of the tunnel at half for the second half in this game as we get ready to see Manchester United in their players are just making their way back onto the field of play right now. It'd be interesting to see what Eric Ten Hag has said to the Manchester United players. For me, it'll be probably more of the same. They have caused Liverpool a few problems and they're unlucky with that goal being disallowed and Casemiro just went that fraction early. Liverpool are now making their way back out right now. It looks like no changes to either side as the second half will get underway very, very shortly. So why don't me rejoin, make our way back up to the booth alongside Paul and hand over to your match commentator. And I'll be with him again in a couple of minutes or so. Back to Paul James head of kick-off for the second half. Paul, over to you.
Thank you, Russ. You need to make the 100-yard dash, and we've got the second half getting underway here. There hasn't been any changes by either side. Liverpool will be attacking the Kop end in this second half. I'm just going to remind you of the starting lineups, which are Alisson in goal, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Alexander-Arnold, Henderson, Fabinho, Elliott, Nunez, Gakpo, and Salah. For Manchester United, it's De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Fred, Anthony, Weghorst, Fernandes, and Rashford. And it just looks for a moment, at least, I don't know whether it's going to stay like this, but it does look for a moment like Weghorst might be tucking behind Rashford, who is moved into that number 9 role. We'll see whether that is the case. There certainly hasn't been any substitutions as of yet, and it's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool, to Manchester United, midway inside their own half. Looks like the rain has started to come down a little bit at Anfield. And it's won by, just before Weghorst said, Dalot got in and nipped in and won the ball. And it's played forward by Lisandro Martinez, but it's picked up by Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold plays the ball forward, but comfortably intercepted by Luke Shaw. Drops it back to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez gives the ball across to Rafael Varane. Cody Gakpo looking to close that down, but Rafael Varane has it. And he drops it over onto the far side there to Dalot. And it's back now with Lisandro Martinez. Martinez to Luke Shaw. Shaw, it's a bad giveaway by Shaw, and he gives it right to Harvey Elliott. And here's Fabinho. Fabinho's pass is not the greatest either, but Liverpool maintain possession. There's Darwin Nunez. Nunez gives it to Fabinho. Fabinho just chips it up beautifully into the penalty area to Salah. Salah gets across and it's blocked. It's headed in, and it's a goal! And it's Darwin Nunez! Well, what about that? It was pinball in that penalty area for a while. Eventually the ball did spring loose to Harvey Elliott, who got the cross in. And it's a header from about 8 yards out, and Liverpool double their advantage, Ross.
Yes, Paul, and I just made it just in time to see that goal with that dash up to join you. It's a fantastic ball back in and a fantastic goal from Darwin Nunez. It all started with Luke Shaw giving the ball away to Harvey Elliott. It was played into Fabinho. Good ball blocked. Initially, Edison won the ball back. Fabinho intercepted it. Nunez does well to keep hold of the ball. Fabinho plays the ball in. Elliott just onside, I think. Comes to Mohamed Salah. His shot was blocked. Ball back in. And there was the header from Darwin Núñez to double Liverpool's lead at the start of the second half. And Liverpool have started the second half like an house on fire. There's a song in there somewhere, I think, with the house on fire reference there. I think it's from Mimi Webinar, and he came off Dallo before going into the back of the net. The goal stands a beautiful offside. Nothing given but Liverpool. So like an house on fire and lead by 2 goals to nil against Manchester United.
Well, incredibly, the ball was just pinging around inside the penalty area. It pinged to Salah, and it was Salah then who tried to get across where it was blocked, and it came to Harvey Elliott. So there was quite a bit of luck involved in that goal for Liverpool too. But in my mind, Ross, they deserve the lead right now.
They do. They started the second half and they ended the first. They started on top. It'd be interesting to see how long they can keep this pressure on Manchester United up for in this game, Paul, on whether Manchester United can get back into it. As
I'll just
Anthony
stop you
comes away
there,
with
Ross.
the
Here's
ball.
Anthony. I'll come back to you in a moment. Here's Anthony. Anthony with a shot, but it's comfortably saved by Alisson. Sorry, go ahead, Ross. Finish your point.
Yeah, so I was going to say Liverpool, they've started really well. They've started like they ended the first half in fine on the front foot. Got the second goal, which they were needed, but Manchester United almost got an immediate response without killing effort from Anthony.
Well, the Casemiro plays the ball long into the Liverpool half of the field, looking for Anthony. Anthony was not able to get that, goes through to Alisson. Alisson now has the ball, and he gives it to Virgil van Dijk. I was right, Wout Weghorst is playing behind Marcus Rashford in this second half. And the ball is played across the opposite length of the pitch. And Manchester United win it with Luke Shaw, gives it to Lisandro Martinez. And it's back with David De Gea. David De Gea, long ball. And it's picked up by Bruno Fernandes under pressure. Fernandes drops it back to Casemiro. Great ball by Casemiro. And chasing this is Rashford now. Rashford just drops the ball back to Fernandes. Fernandes looking to get the crossing. He's in the penalty area. Pulls the ball back, but it's a disappointing one. And comfortably cleared by Virgil van Dijk. Here's Cody Gakpo. Sends Mohamed Salah on his way. Salah. It's got Lisandro Martinez in front of him. Salah gets into the penalty area, slips it to Gakpo, and it's goal number 3. And Liverpool, what a wonderful break! And Gakpo gets his second goal. And well, this is at this point you have to say this is more like the Liverpool of previous years than the Liverpool of this season. And Ross at 3-0, is that game set and match now?
I think it is, and just watch this. Poor ball by Bruno Fernandes to come back. Anderson won it brilliantly. He then played on to Gakpo, who then found Mohamed Salah. Well, I thought he'd done no enough when Sandro Martinez put an initial block in, and then he come into Gakpo, and how is he going to in from that angle? I would like to know. I want to watch this again. Brilliant play from Salah into Gakpo. He just thinks it over. De Gea went down far too early there, in my opinion. If he stayed up in his feet a bit longer, he might have had a chance to save that. But Liverpool 3-0 up and 2 quick fire second half goals in space of 3 minutes, especially about 3 or 4 minutes. And this now could really be game, set, and match, and game over. And Manchester United title charge could be over with this as well. So it's constantly Manchester United game beyond Man City or Arsenal right now, with the way those two are playing. The Man United may have to look for another title in the Premier League next season.
Well, as you say, it was a beautiful finish at such a tight angle. And here is Casemiro now, plays the ball into the Liverpool half. He's looking for Anthony on the far side. Anthony goes to meet the challenge, but he's not going to win anything. He's not going to win much in the air, Anthony. And is determined to be a foul here on Robertson. Robertson's gone down clutching his head. So the referee is just going to stop play while Robertson just recovers from that. It looks like it might have been caught by Anthony there, but we'll see. Let's take a look at that again. Well, I mean, it looks like he was caught by him, but I don't think there was any maliciousness in it. And yes, it's. I think both players are entitled to go for the ball there, in my opinion. But the referee will stop play. While the referee has stopped play, You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Play of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. So it's with Dallo now, and Dallo drops it
Yeah,
back
Paul, just to let
to.
you know, while you were just going through all those where people can get in touch from, Anthony was booked for the challenge on Andy Robertson there, and there was an eye boot from him, which is going by a yellow card.
Well, that's an interesting one. I didn't think there was much in that, to be honest, for the referee to give a yellow card, especially when we've seen swinging elbows in this game and no action taken on that. But there we go. That's modern day refereeing. Here's Casemiro, long ball into the box, and he's looking there for Bruno Fernandes. Alexander Arnold went up there with Fernandes, but it actually missed both of them. It may have taken a glance off Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I don't think it did. It's gone behind for a goal kick. The ball was launched in by Casemiro. Did it? Actually, no, it came off Fernandes. Both went up for the ball, so it will be a goal kick. And Alisson Becker has the ball now, and he gives the ball to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk gives the ball to Jordan Henderson. And, Alisson Becker is. Oh, well, Alisson Becker had the ball. He slipped, and I think on the far side there might be Casemiro demanding a penalty, wondering why the linesman hasn't given it. Liverpool, of course, are on the break, and it's Andrew Robertson. He gives Cody Gakpo goes up to help. He's, of course, seeking a hat trick. Fred. And it's determined to be a foul there on Fred. We just need to look at that again, Ross. Alisson Becker, let's just take a look here. He gets the ball. Does he slip? Oh, no, he just lets the ball slide past him. And then he tries to go down and get it. And I'm just trying to see who it was that went down under his challenge. It was actually Fernandes.
And if anything, Paul, for me, when I've just looked at that replay there, Fernandes, as he's going down, kicks just slightly, kicks Alisson on the head, and Alisson doesn't touch him at all.
I'm just going to... Oh, it's Alisson slipping again there. The ball was played long over looking for Rashford. Alisson, a slight slip again there. I just wonder whether he's wearing the long studs, Ross. So just go ahead and finish your point there.
Yeah, so it looked like he kicked his head there, but Alisson, I think he took his eye off the ball, which has allowed Fernandes to get in behind. Is Salah trying to get in behind for Liverpool on this right side, but Martinez, no, it's Varane who does well to play it off Salah to win a throwing for Manchester United. But Alisson just took his eye off the ball, which allowed Fernandes to try and nip in, but he didn't get a touch of the ball, Alisson or Fernandes, to that fact. Ball just went running past Alisson, and then he just catch him in the head and went down and wanted a penalty, which was never going to be given.
Here's Harvey Elliott. Now he just plays the ball into the penalty area looking for Gakpo again. Gakpo pulls it back and he plays. Oh! Andrew Robertson. He played the ball to Andrew Robertson and he just curled it wide. You see again here. And it's just knocked there by Gakpo. He's got incredible strength. Surrounded by 3 Manchester United players. Just drops the ball back to Robertson. And he just curls it just wide. And while all that's been going on, Scott McTominay and Alejandro Garnacho are stripped and ready to come on. Good chance by Liverpool, that, Russ.
It was, yes, Paul. Fantastic all the play again by Gakpo. Break off as Liverpool come in again here.
Here's Salah. Salah just gives it to Gakpo. Gakpo tries to play the ball in the middle, but Fred just clears the ball. And Fred is dispossessed again on the edge of the area. Here's Gakpo with a shot, and it's just wide. And it's going to be, let's just have a look there. That actually came off a Manchester United defender. It might have done. That might be a corner. Indeed it is.
Yes, it is a corner, Paul. It came off Casemiro. Fantastic effort from Gakpo from the edge of the penalty. And Casemiro just took out a foot to deflect it behind for a corner. I think Manchester United will wait until this corner's been taken before making the subs, which Scott McTominay and Alejandro Garnacho will come on. I'll probably say for potentially Weghorst for Garnacho, and I'll probably say and probably Fred for McTominay, in my opinion. We'll wait and see.
Let's see if that's correct. But right now the corner is coming in. It's swung in by Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's a header! Oh! And the header coming in from Ibrahim Kanate, and it just flashed by David De Gea's left-hand post, and charging in there as well may have been Van Dijk, but that just flashed by the post from Kanate. You're right about one of them. Off comes out Weghorst for Alejandro Garnacho. So Weghorst is gone. And you're absolutely correct, Russ. The other one is Fred.
Call me Mr. Mega something, Paul, because or Mr. Crust, because I think it's the second time where I've been on a commentary where I've actually called either substitution or an incident correctly while I've been doing a commentary. And Ibrahim Konate there was very unlucky not to see that ball nestled in the bottom corner, and it'd be 4-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool have been impressive today.
Yeah, they've certainly been on the ball to the created chances. I think Manchester United have defended very poorly on the whole today so far, and I can understand the need to take out their core stuff because he wasn't effective in the number 9 role, and he so far hadn't done a great deal in the hole behind Marcus Rashford either. So it's going to be a throw in, and Jurgen Klopp just shouting instructions there. Smile, Jurgen, you're 3-0 up. And the throw-in is taken quickly. Here is Rashford. Rashford now. That's one back by Jordan Henderson, and he gives it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Alisson, who clears it downfield. Diogo Dalot picks up the loose ball. What this does mean now is if things stay the same way, Liverpool are 3 points away from a Champions League place. Who would have thought that 2 months ago? Here is Fabinho. Fabinho drops it back, and it's with Virgil van Dijk who gives it back to Alisson Becker. Alisson Becker gives it to Van Dijk inside his own penalty area. He just lifts the ball forward onto the far side there, and it's Robertson. Robertson tries to play through Alexander Arnold. Once again, Robertson gets another attempt at it. It's headed out by Luke Shaw. Garnaccio's chasing this one. Garnacho is dispossessed, and here is Salah. Salah, good challenge that time by Scott McTominay. He's wearing a number 39 shirt. Alejandro Garnacho is wearing 49. And it's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Midway inside the Manchester United half, as Liverpool don't look satisfied at just 3-0. Here is Cody Gakpo, who's after a hat-trick himself. Fouled there, surely. That was a rather unpleasant challenge by Lisandro Martinez, and he's going to go into Andy Madley's book for that. He's walking away, pretending he hasn't seen it, but that's not going to cut it. It's still a yellow card.
Yes, bad challenge there from Lisandro Martinez. He knew Gakpo was going to be away from me. He had Darwin Núñez out on the left hand side. He knew he was going to get away, play out to that left hand side for Darwin Núñez and for potential cross into the box for his hat trick or Salah coming into the back. But Liverpool continuing to knock on the door an hour gone, and we could end up seeing at least 4 or 5-0 to Liverpool here, where Liverpool are playing at the moment. And my 4-4 prediction is a long way off because I can't see Manchester United even scoring in this game one, let alone the form I predicted at the start of the game.
Well, the two players now, there was 4 players surrounding the free kick. 2 have moved away. So the 2 to the left are Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. David De Gea is trying to line things up. He's got a wall consisting of Varane, Garnacho, Casemiro and McTominay. And it looks like it's Trent Alexander-Arnold that's actually lining this up. Plays it short to Salah. Back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's crossed into the back post, but a good header behind by Diogo Dalot, and it will be a corner to Liverpool. It was a good ball launched in. Perhaps the Liverpool forwards not really awake to it. Dalot was able to just knock it behind for a corner because Virgil van Dijk was sneaking in at the back post. So the usual suspects in the penalty area. There's Darwin Núñez, who's already got 1 goal today. It's dropped to Harvey Elliott. The corner was taken short. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to Fabinho, goes all the way back into his own half to Alisson Becker. Alisson Becker plays the ball long, and it misses everybody and will go behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. And while we just have another stoppage in play, I will complete my marketing duties. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season: JB Sports, Turton Talks, JB Sports and Storm FM. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live One, and you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. And Ross, Liverpool in complete control.
They are, Paul. Liverpool uh, have, have really not got out of first gear in this game, but they don't really need to, really, to be honest, because Manchester United, yeah, they're coming forward, yeah, they're creating chances, but chances are, well, the chances that Man United are creating, Liverpool are being able to mop up very, very cleanly, as Liverpool are trying to come forward on their left-hand side. And I'll get back to you out now, Paul, so you can tell people what's happening.
Gapco just drops the ball back into the Liverpool half of the field. It's back with Canate. Canate drops it back to Alisson Becker. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold gives it to Elliott. Liverpool so far have opted not to make any changes. I think that will probably change in the next 15 minutes or so, if not sooner. Harvey Elliott just plays the ball there to Salah. Salah, good challenge there by Alessandro Martinez, excuse me, and followed through by Scott McTominay. And it is determined to be a foul, and a yellow card is flashed in the face of Scott McTominay. And Liverpool players are getting involved as well, and they really shouldn't be, because it's none of their business. The decision is made by the referee, not by Liverpool's players, who are seeking further action beyond the yellow card. He did win the ball, but you see the trouble is when you do that, you leave your foot in, and the studs are high, and Cody Gapco comes out worse there. So yellow card for Scott McTominay. And we're going to have a free kick, and it's going to be inside the centre circle on the Manchester United half of the field. Scott McTominay is still complaining, and he wants to leave it alone at this point, or he's going to talk his way into something worse. Free kick is going to be taken here, and it's Fabinho. Fabinho just drops it nicely back to Canate, and Canate goes all the way back to Alisson Becker. And Alisson just clears it long downfield and looking for Darwin Núñez, but Manchester United comfortably win that. And that's a good ball played to Garnacho. Garnacho gets a shot away, but it's blocked by Ibrahim Canate. Good defending by Canate, Ross.
Yes, fantastic defending. That's what Liverpool have done all game. Manchester United have come forward. They've put the bodies on the line, especially in this second half. Defended really, really well. But Manchester United now have a corner. Can they profit from this one?
It's going to be Bruno Fernandes that's going to swing it in. He decides to go short to Luke Shaw. Back to Fernandes. Fernandes swings across in this time. It's headed away by Núñez. And Mohamed Salah is under pressure there by Anthony. But Liverpool maintain possession. And it's 3-on-3 now if they can hurry. Here's Darwin Núñez. Núñez. Oh, great interception by McTominay. But it bounces to Salah. Oh, what a finish by Mohamed Salah. And that puts a timestamp. And that is that, Ross. That's that.
Oh my word. Mohamed Salah, take a bow. What a goal from the the Liverpool faithful called the Egyptian King. Liverpool 4, Manchester United 0. But what a finish from Mohamed Salah. Manchester United are claiming potential offside. I'm not sure where the offside can be. But fantastic break here. Darwin Núñez was unlucky initially as he tried to play it out wide to the left. He gets it through, comes off McTominay and breaks for Mohamed Salah nicely. And Mohamed Salah says, thank you very much. He lets it bounce once, then on the turn, swivels and hits it off the underside of the crossbar. Down there, no chance. Liverpool are in dreamland. Liverpool 4, Manchester United 0. And Liverpool are running away with this one right now. I know you probably won't be listening, Paul, but I just want to say to somebody how there was a family member of mine, my uncle Mick, my cousin Matthew. Are you watching right now? If you are, I'd suggest you turn off and go and do something more productive than watch Man United get hammered.
Well, it's certainly been Manchester United's day. There was certainly no offside there. I'm not sure what Manchester United would possibly be appealing for there. There was certainly no offside. And this has looked like Liverpool last season and Manchester United at the start of this season, because they really have gotten back into some bad old habits, especially defensively. That Liverpool have been deadly on the break. And here's Nunes again. Darwin Nunes under pressure. He's fouled that time by Luke Shaw. Going to be a free kick to Liverpool. And Darwin Nunes just needs to keep his temperament. He doesn't want to talk himself or do anything that might give him any problems. He's already been sent off once this season. And he's just taken a knock there. Trent Alexander-Arnold just trying to help his colleague out there.
I
And
think what I think what probably riled Darwin Nunes up there was Luke Shaw after he committed the foul while he was on the floor, kicked out at him. In my from what I've just seen, from what I saw, but the referee and officials have not seen it that way. They're just having a talk, and the manager just talks to both of them. But it looked like Luke Shaw kicked out at Darwin Nunes while he was on the floor. But and I can just see it here this angle. He
yeah,
fouls him then, and as he's on the floor, he just knees him in the back
I
and then
don't think
kicks
there's
out at
much
him.
in it though, Ross. Like, I don't think there's
Not
much
much
in
in it,
that.
but he
Yeah,
just knees him in the back there, and then as he's
yeah.
trying to get away, he just slips his foot and kicks his hand
I think the
as he's
referee
trying
made
to
the
get
right
off.
decision now in calming them
Yeah,
down, I think.
probably left. He made the right decision, referee. I would say yes, but another referee probably would have booked Shaw for that for me.
It's swung in this time by Robertson from the oncoming free kick. And, well, disappointing ball by Robertson, but it's easily taken by Dyer and he's released it quickly. And here's Rashford now. If anybody can get Manchester United something, it's Marcus Rashford. He's been in incredible form this season, 14 goals in the Premier League. He's back with Lisandro Martinez now. Martinez plays the ball to Luke Shaw. Shaw gives it to Fernandez. Fernandez back to Shaw, on to Garnacho. Garnacho back to Shaw. And, well, they're claiming a penalty there in the handball. Actually, it turns out that it's a foul committed on Kanate in a free kick. I think VAR may look at this, though, Ross. Let's just take a look and say, oh, you can't give that. You can't possibly give that.
No, you can't give that whatsoever, Paul. You're absolutely right. He's sliding and his arm's behind him and he doesn't know where the ball is. So if they give this, VAR, if VAR give this, because I think VAR are checking it, Paul, if VAR do give this, then this is another one which VAR have got wrong.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to give it, and I would. The game's back underway, and common sense has prevailed because yes, that would be absolutely preposterous. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives the ball to Kanate. Kanate drops the ball to Harvey Elliott. Elliott back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's a long ball across the width of the pitch. And picked up there on the far side is Robertson. Robertson plays the ball forward. Is looking for Nunes again, but good defending that time by Dalla. Just knocks it back to De Gea, who clears it downfield. And here is it's knocked on by Gakpo to Andrew Robertson, and he just drops the ball back to Virgil van Dijk there. And we have 20 minutes left, and very soon, in about 15 minutes' time, Ross, I will be asking you for your player of the match. And usually that is my duty, but not today. And it's Ibrahim Konate. And Harvey Elliott is just dispossessed there. And Manchester United have it with Bruno Fernandes. But it's won back by Liverpool illegally, though. Jordan Henderson, adjudged to have committed the foul there. And it'll be a free kick to Manchester United. Manchester United look very fractured. They look disjointed. They're struggling here in this game in Manchester United. This second half has really gone downhill for them, Ross.
It has gone downhill for him, Paul, and you wonder whether Manchester United can pull this result behind them in the end and get back into their groove and what they were doing before this game. Because at Anfield, past few seasons, Manchester United have just been humiliated, and there's another humiliation coming today.
Yeah, certainly. It's certainly been that way. Liverpool have been absolutely outstanding. It has to be said. And look at that by Fernandes. Did you see that? Let's look
I
at
did.
this again.
I saw it to the time as he was coming away. He may have just caught him in the bottom, with the bottom part of his hand as he's pushing down his chest. But for him to hold his face and claim he was elbowed is a joke. He should have been booked for that for me.
Yeah, it's shocking plays that by Fernandes. I hate to see that. The ball is played forward now. And here is Rashford. Rashford, can he split the defence? Rashford gets it. Is there a challenge there? And the challenge is possibly adjudged to have been a good one, and it looked okay from my view as well. We'll just take a look at it. Fernandez may have been offside anyway, but he does slip the ball through to Rashford. And yes, that's a fine challenge actually by Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ross.
Yeah, fantastic challenge there from Trent Alexander-Arnold. The flag went up as well afterwards anyway for the offside against Bruno Fernandes, but fantastic recovering play from Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was out of position at one stage, got back and covered it well.
Played forward again, and Rashford is in one more time. Rashford rounds Alisson! Oh, and he hits the outside of the post. Well, it was a very tight angle. He got round Alisson, but the angle was just too tight, and it hit the outside of the post and went wide. Rare chance for Manchester United there, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool, and United are looking at bringing on Sabitzer. He's just receiving some instructions on the bench, and there is somebody else over there that's maybe
That
coming
the
on
other
as
one,
well.
Paul, was Tyrell Malacia, who was getting
Malacia.
ready to come on there. So Malacia and Sabitzer will probably come on. I think Malacia may come on for sure, a left back potentially. I'm not
Yeah.
sure about Sabitzer, though he'll
Well,
come on
I
for.
suspect it might be Casemiro for Sabitzer, to be honest. But we'll see. Here's Mohamed Salah. Salah, he gives the ball now to Elliott. Elliott plays the ball forward to Darwin Núñez. He's got space in front of him. He gets into the penalty area. Núñez gets the cross in. Good hand by David De Gea to stop that. Well, lurking there was Mohamed Salah, and now Garnacho. Oh, that's a miserable pass, and Harvey Elliott now has it. And he gives it to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah just shielding the ball from Bruno Fernandes. And Fernandes is adjudged to foul the Egyptian. It's going to be a free kick. And, well, the misery and frustration for Manchester United continues, but it's a free kick in another dangerous position. And Manchester United have not been dealing with these very well. So we're going to see who's going to take this free kick. And Cody Gakpo is still on there. He's still on for a hat-trick. I wonder whether he'll get that today. We've seen the sort of form today from him that we saw when he represented Holland in the World Cup. It is going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold who's going to swing the ball in. It's a high line by Manchester United, but it is swung into the back post. And there's Virgil van Dijk trying to win it. It bounces to Henderson. He swings ball in, and it's a header! Oh, it's number 5 by Darwin Núñez! Oh, Núñez gets his second, and that is the final humiliation for Manchester United. That was a beautiful ball in. The header was fantastic, but I just want to comment on the ball into the box. It was sensational, and it was real hang time by Núñez, who got the header on that and diverted it past a despairing David De Gea. Ross, this has been a demolition job today.
Yes, and just as you've come to me, Paul, I'm just seeing some of the Manchester United fans are leaving the stadium right now. Darwin Núñez points to his head as it was a fantastic free kick from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He got headed out. Jordan Henderson, one touch to whip the ball back in. Death flick from Darwin Núñez, who says, "Thank you very much. There's my second goal of the game. There's Liverpool's 5th goal of the game." And his demolition duty is 5 of the best from Liverpool, and his 5th heaven Liverpool are in, and they're in dreamland. Manchester United will not come back from this now, and Manchester United have faltered yet again at Anfield. Diego Jota was about to come on, he is as well, but Liverpool are now 5-0 up and toying with Manchester United.
Well, you have to say it's not entirely impossible for them to be a 6th, and it looks like they're making a quadruple substitution, Liverpool, in a moment. That's going to be fun. Here's Salah, drops it to Fabinho. Martinez and Casemiro have come off for Malacia and Sabitzer. So the ball is in the penalty area at the moment. It's dropped to, it's come out now to Trent Alexander-Arnold. So Sabitzer and Malacia are on. And it is Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro who are off. Well, it might be. I don't think there's much more they can do. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he switches it to Salah. Salah just trying to get the better of Malacia there. So Malacia wears number 12, and of course Sabitzer wears number 15. But Liverpool are going to make 4 changes in a moment, and we're just going to try and figure out who that is. And actually, yes, it's 4, so I'm going to need Russ's help here. So we have coming on as Stefan.
I'll help you here, Paul. So is Jordan Henderson coming off the first substitution,
Right.
and he's going to be replaced by Stefan Bajcetic.
Okay, looks like Nunez is coming off
Darwin
as well.
Nunez is coming off as well. He'll be replaced by Diego Jota.
Diego Jota, yeah.
So there's the second substitution for Liverpool.
And we'll just
The third one looks as though it's
Gakpo.
James Milner coming on, and we Gap going off.
Okay, so Gakpo is off for Milner. And
Roberto Firmino is coming on as well.
for Fabinho.
And
Yes,
Fabinho,
okay.
yes. So that's a substitution.
So I'm just going to run those back for the listener. Gakpo, Henderson, and Fabinho are off. Stefan Bajcetic, James Milner, Roberto Firmino, and Diogo Jota are on. Bajcetic wears 43, Milner 7, Firmino 9, and Diogo Jota wears 20. So those are the changes for Liverpool. Thank you for assisting with that, Ross. There's so many that they can make at one time now. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, he gives it to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah was anticipating a run by Trent Alexander-Arnold, but that goes behind for a goal kick. Russ, you now think it's game management time for Liverpool, hey?
Yes, and I think as well with Liverpool as well, Paul. When I look at it as well, I think Liverpool have got. I'm not sure if they've got a game in midweek against Real Madrid. I know that if they have got it this midweek, it's pretty much game over in that one for Liverpool, with them losing 5-2 in the first leg against Real Madrid. But I think if that's the game that they've got coming up in midweek, no, they've got Bournemouth next Saturday, I think, or the rest of it next Saturday against Bournemouth. They've done the job for them today, and I think the rest are now ready for that one, ready for that game coming up. But it's game management now as well. I mentioned Firmino will go through the middle, Jota on the left, Salah up front now, and Milner will go into midfield with Bajcetic and Harvey Elliott.
All right, on the far side now is Anthony for Manchester United as he looks to try to grab at least some consolation. He played off Andrew Robertson. It goes out for a throw-in. And in about 5 minutes' time, I'll be asking Ross for his player of the match, which is it's a Herculean challenge to pick the player of the match in this one. We know it's going to be a Liverpool player, but there's so many candidates.
I've already got an idea in my mind, but it could end up changing yet, Paul.
All right, well, Liverpool come on the break now with Harvey Elliott. And once again, Manchester United caught flat. Elliott tries to play the ball for Salah. Salah is in, but he's surely being held there. He was being held. And the referee should really take further action there because that was a professional foul. Oh. And, well, Bruno Fernandes is frustrated and he had the ball thrown at him, I think, by Trent Alexander-Arnold. In the end, it's back with David De Gea. But I have to say, I feel that I don't know about you, Ross, but I felt that Salah was impeded there.
Yeah, it looked as though it was fouled as he was trying to get through. Alexander-Arnold was trying to get there as well. And it looked as though both Salah and Alexander-Arnold were being impeded as they tried to go and end that ball forward there. I'm surprised the referee's not giving anything there.
Okay, well, Liverpool picked the ball up on the edge of the area. It's Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott with a shot. But it's right into the midriff of David De Gea. And it's played out by De Gea quickly to Tyrell Malacia. Malacia slips it to Garnacho. Garnacho gives the ball away here. And it's with Bajcetic. Bajcetic. Is he going to be able to get the cross in? No, it's blocked by Luke Shaw. It's going to be a throw-in. Bajcetic running back now. And there's Kenny Dalglish with, he can hardly stop smiling, can he? He looks absolutely delighted. That's going to turn into a meme at some point this week, Ross, I can assure you. But the great Kenny Dalglish looks absolutely delighted today. It's Bashatek again. Bashatek tries to beat Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw appears to impede him. And once again, though, Andy Madley says no. It's cleared forward and it's won back by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gives it to Harvey Elliott. And it's with Salah, Bashatek down to Harvey Elliott, and he goes all the way back to Trent Alexander-Arnold and Milner. Good ball to Harvey Elliott. Great ball, in fact. Harvey Elliott gets into the penalty area, plays it through to Firmino. It's bouncing around there, and it's 6. And there is Mohamed Salah. And, well, a little bit of ping-pong in the Manchester United penalty area, but the initial shot was blocked, and it just fell so nicely to Mohamed Salah. And it is 6-0. And, Ross, 6 of the best. It's been a miserable day at the office for Manchester United today.
Absolutely, Paul. Completely outplayed, outfought, and out everything. Out tacticked as well. Ten Hag has been by Jurgen Norbert Klopp. You can see Liverpool are just toying with Manchester United now. And Mohamed Salah has gone to Liverpool's top scorers in Premier League history with 129 Premier League goals for the Reds. Only he's beaten Robbie Fowler, who had 128 goals, which he tied with his first one. Just checking for possible offside here for this goal here. I'm not sure who could be offside here.
No, it looks
God,
onside to me, Ross. It looks
it
okay
looks
to
as
me.
though he's onside here, Paul. I'm trying to work out if it is offside or not. I think, Paul, the goal has been given.
Now,
Liverpool are 6-0 up, and Liverpool are cruising. And who'd have thought Liverpool would beat Manchester United 6-0 where Liverpool season's been? Manchester United resurgence team has been as well. He's Mohamed Salah's first yellow card of the season for taking off his shirt, but he won't mind that. And
okay.
Liverpool are completely dominant as Manchester United make another substitution here. And it is, the person who's come on is Anthony Elanga for Marcus Rashford.
Okay, so that is the 5th substitution for Manchester United, rather a pointless one at this stage. That front line has been dangerous for Liverpool. It's just been deadly all night. 2 goals apiece, Nunes, Gakpo and Salah. Elliott is now going off for the 5th substitution for Liverpool, and Jones is coming on, Curtis Jones. And that is 5 substitutions apiece. Well, Ross, I think it's that time. Do you want to maybe have a think about your player of the match and give me an answer in just a couple of minutes here?
Yes, if you give me another extra couple of minutes, Paul, 'cause I've got one down in the thing, but I'm thinking of changing it. But so if you come back to me in a couple of minutes, man, and I'll have my decision finalised then.
Okay, so Garnacho tries to just get away from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the camera just switches to the scoreboard there, 6-0. And it has been an absolute demolition job by Liverpool, and an embarrassing, humiliating day for Manchester United. They will look upon this, and of all the wonderful improvements that Manchester United has made over the last couple of months, they really have come crashing down to earth today. And Eric Ten Hag is just looking there, thinking, well, what went wrong? And that is a discussion that I'm sure they will have tomorrow at some point or another. But it's going to be a free kick here, and with 4 minutes left, it's Liverpool 6, Manchester United 0. And it's Bajcetic there who just drops it back. On the far side there is Robertson, and it goes all the way back to Alisson Becker. Just plays it to Curtis Jones there, and Jones back to Becker. It's cleared downfield, and just winning the ball there is Robertson, just trying to shield Anthony away. And once again, there's been more niggling by Anthony, who frankly has not had a good game today, but it's hard to find a Manchester United player that has. Here's Firmino, and the ball runs out of play. Diogo Dalla will take it, and it's picked up by Jota. Jota, and Milner now has the ball, and he's being wrestled by Anthony. And Anthony needs to be careful because he's already on a yellow card. What Manchester United can't afford is another suspension. So the free kick is 6 yards inside the Liverpool half of the field. And while we're waiting, Russ, would you like to give me your player of the match?
Yes, and I'll break off in a minute. I'll break off, Paul, because Liverpool have took that free kick quickly, but they've gone out to play for a throw into Manchester United. So better to give it you now. And the player of the match has gone to Liverpool's number 11, Mohamed Salah. 2 goals for him, fantastic goals as well. His overall play today has been fantastic. And I'll break off as Liverpool come forward here.
And here's Salah again. And it could be 7 here. It is 7. And it's Roberto Firmino. Oh my goodness me. Ross, I've run out of space on my notepad to write down the scorers. Firmino with the goal. But it's on 88 minutes and it just came out of nowhere. And what a defensive catastrophe again for Manchester United. Now Robertson's injured, he's down. Something must have happened during the celebration, but this is absolutely abysmal. To the Manchester United fans, Eric Ten Hag, they must be beside themselves. And there's a fan that's come on. There's a fan that's come on. And I'm
And
guessing it's on.
Paul, I think that's where Andy Robertson may have got injured with the fan running onto the pitch, because I've just seen Jurgen Klopp having a go at the fan as the stewards came past him and out of the ground. I think the fan has injured Andy Robertson there. Let's just go to the goal first of all. Fantastic work from Liverpool again. Mohamed Salah, player of the match. Fantastic performance from him. Into Roberto Firmino, who finished off well. And then Andy Robertson come running across to celebrate. And then I think the fan will come onto the pitch when running into from the far side. And there was one on the near side as well. So 2 fans, I think, came on. And I think the fan who came on near Andy Robertson when sliding down to celebrate and may have slid into Andy Robertson and took Robertson's leg from under him. So I think that's probably what happened there.
Well, that's an interesting one because I mean it would have been a Liverpool fan because it was at their end of the field. It was at the Kop end. Just looking at that goal, how did Firmino squeeze that in, Ross? Like I don't see how he managed to get that in, but he did.
Yeah, I think you've got to say again, Paul, it's David Ayer's fault again, because I think David Ayer went down far too early again with that chance again there, like he did with one of the gap post goals. I've just seen the scoreboard with 300 minutes coming on, and there's the scoreboard there that says 7, Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. Yes, you're not dreaming, everyone. Let me just repeat that to you. The scoreline is Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0.
Well, free kick is taken quickly. Here's Tyrell Malacia. He slips it down to Garnacho. Garnacho just trying to create something, but he's muscled out of the play by Trent Alexander-Arnold, illegally, I might add. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. Trent Alexander-Arnold protesting. You're 7-0 up, Trent. Leave it alone. Go into the penalty area. You don't need to argue. The game is over. It's done. And it's like at this point you've heard the saying, you know, that they're beating a dead horse here at Liverpool. It's dead already. Because this is an absolute swamp. Here's Fernandez now though with a free kick. He swings it into the back post. It's just headed away, and it's won there again by Sabitzer, who plays it forward to Bruno Fernandes. Tries to swing the ball in, but cleared away by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And here's Salah now looking to break for Liverpool. Over on the far side is Dalot. Let's see if he can get in the action. Can he make it 8? Dalot cuts inside. Good challenge. And it's won back there, though, by Bajesic. Bajesic wins the ball back there, and he gets it back as well, does Bajesic. And he plays it now down the side to Milner. Milner to Robertson. Back to Milner. It's now just slips the ball to Andrew Robertson, who we're very glad to report is back on his feet and well. It's clear downfield and only into the centre circle to Ibrahim Kanate. We are inside the last minute of injury time. I think at this point, Manchester United wouldn't care if Andy Madley blew the whistle right now. They just want the misery to be over. Liverpool against launched into the box. It's looking for Dallo. Can Dallo turn? Oh, he does, but he's muscled out of the play by Luke Shaw. He's down. Not Dallo, sorry. Jota is down. The ball is played long and it's picked up by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I think, no, the referee has stopped play because Jota is down in the penalty area. And Ross, well, he could have been in for number 8 there, couldn't he?
Yes, Diego Jota could have been in there for number 8, and he looks as though, as he's gone into the penalty area to try and get a strike in, if I manage to see a replay in a minute, it looked which I've not been able to. It looked as though Luke Shaw elbowed that Diego Jota in the face there as he went into the penalty area. The referee didn't spot it, neither did the linesman, and neither did VAR, which I was surprised about. That could have been a penalty. That could have been a red card and could have been a transfer number 8.
Well, perhaps the referee was being charitable. Perhaps VAR was being charitable. This will be the full-time whistle now, and that's it. Andy Madley blows for full-time, and it has been a sobering afternoon for Manchester United as Liverpool run all over Manchester United with a 7-0 victory. 2 goals from Nunes, 2 goals from Gakpo, 2 goals from Salah, and a goal for Roberto Firmino. It's full time here. It is Liverpool 7. Yes, Liverpool 7. Manchester United 0. And Ross, let's get your final thoughts on that game before you go back into your presenter position.
Yes, a fantastic performance from Liverpool. It was a Liverpool. Manchester United had a good first half. To be fair with you, Paul, they played really, really well in the first half. And then for somewhat in the second half, for whatever reason, whatever Eric Ten Hag said at half time, they didn't take on board, and they just fell to pieces. All in the second half. It was 6 second half goals from Liverpool, which have put Manchester United to the sword. He's not beaten the all-time Premier League highest win, which was win was 9-0 for Manchester United against Ipswich. Funnily enough, if Liverpool had scored 2 more goals, would have equalled that. They just did a 3 to beat that, and they could have had 3. Could have been double figures for Liverpool. They've been impressive today. 3 players with 2 goals. Gakpo was one of them. Nunes was the other. Salah was the other. And then Roberto Firmino decided, I'll go on the act as well, shall I? And Liverpool comfortably run out 7-0 winners. And it was a fantastic performance from Liverpool in the second half. Complete domination from the first whistle till the end. And Kenny Dalglish, smile on his face, or should I say, Sir Kenny Dalglish, with a smile on his face. So Sir Alex Ferguson earlier, he was looking glum earlier on. He'll be looking even glummer now. And to Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, amongst others, your boys took one hell of a beating this evening in the afternoon. He's finished Manchester United, he's finished Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. Back over to Paul to round up the game.
Well, Ross, just to point out, that's not Liverpool's biggest win of the season. Their biggest win of the season was 9-0, of course, against Bournemouth. But they have been absolutely outstanding to their 7-0 victory over Manchester United. Of course, Manchester United's biggest, more recent defeat would have been the 6th they had to Manchester City a couple of years ago. But today was an absolute demolition. I have never seen a Manchester United team own that way in the second half.
Yes, I've never seen Manchester United play that badly in one half of football as this season or forever. To be fair with you, Paul, they've always put up a fight, but some was in the second half. Don't know what Ten Hag said, but for whatever reason, they didn't take it on board and they just fell apart. And I know they normally sing when Leeds, my team, fall apart. these are falling apart again. Well, Manchester United fans, you're falling apart again. Seventh heaven for Liverpool at Anfield this afternoon.
Well, very impressive. And just to reiterate, our player of the match, which Ross chose, was Mo Salah. He was one of the three players that got two goals. Uh, Darwin Núñez got two, Cody Gakpo got two, as well as Salah's two. Firmino got the seventh goal. So it's been a very dominant display. And Ross, um, this for me is could be a turning point for Liverpool in their season.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely, my friend. And would you like a stat, Paul? Would you like a
Yes,
stat?
I love a good stat, Russ. Give me a stat.
This is Manchester United's heaviest defeat in almost 100 years. They were last beaten by 7 clear goals on Boxing Day back in 1931.
Was that also against Liverpool?
I'm not sure that was against. I'll try and find that out first before we end the show today. I'll try and find out, but that's a stat there
Mhm.
and see what it was that day. So I'll try and find out if that was the case. I'll try and find out if that is the case.
Yeah, I think there was an element of luck to some of the goals in terms of the bouncing around the penalty area and the ball was kind of pinging around a little bit. But you can't take it away from Liverpool. They was just sensational today, absolutely sensational. They just dominated every area of the pitch.
They did. They dominated from start to finish in every area of the pitch, and it was a fantastic season from start to finish in that one as as well. So a fantastic performance, and Liverpool were just completely dominant from start to finish in the end. And I'm not. I'll see if I can. I'll be able to tell you who it was on Boxing Day. In Boxing Day, it was 27th of December 1931, so just day after Boxing Day, in fact, and they lost 7-0 away to Aston Villa.
Oh wow.
That season when they played Liverpool, I can tell you, because I've just got their results up for that season. When they played Liverpool at home, they won 4-1 on 6th of April 1931, and in 1931 in on 3rd of April they drew 1-1 away to Liverpool as well.
Mm. All right. Well, we'll go back to Ross to maybe run through some final scores before we wrap up the show today. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yes, thank you very much there, Paul. James, who's done a fantastic job in the commentary booth today. Hopefully you've enjoyed hearing his result, all the scores there today. And Paul, I'll just tell the listeners as well, that season when they lost 7-0 on Boxing Day, well, day after Boxing Day in 1931, that season, Man United were also relegated to the second tier of English football. Arsenal won the title for the very first time, and Aston Villa come second. So there's just a bit more stats for that one there. So let me just run you through the results from today's action. So, in the Premier League, and while I run you through the scores from the Premier League in total at the end of today's games as well from this weekend so far. But for today, Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2, Liverpool 7, Manchester United nil as you've just heard. Scottish Premiership. St Mirren 1, Celtic 5, FA Women's Super League, Manchester United 5, Leicester City 1, Everton nil, Aston Villa 2. Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Reading 2, West Ham United 1. Women's League Cup Final, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. FA Women's Championship, Durham 5, Coventry United 1. Lose 2, Sunderland 0. Birmingham City 2, Blackburn Rovers 1. Charlton Athletic 1, Southampton 0. Crystal Palace 0, Bristol City 3. London City Lionesses 1, Sheffield United 2. Scottish Women Premier League, Glasgow Women 0, Hearts 3. Partick Thistle 4, Aberdeen 3. Spartans 0, Rangers 1. Hamilton Academical 0, Hibernian 4. Motherwell 2, Dundee United 1. Celtic 0, Glasgow City 1. Spanish La Liga, Real Valladolid 2, Espanyol 1. Barcelona 1, Valencia 0. Half time, Real Vallecano 0, Athletic Bilbao 0. Real Betis against Real Madrid. Evening kickoff at 8 p.m. German Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen 4, Hertha Berlin 1. VfB Wolfsburg 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 2. Italian Serie A, Spezia 0, Hellas Verona 0. Sampdoria 0, Salernitana 0. Inter Milan 2, Lecce 0 is the latest score after 70 minutes. Roma v Juventus, evening kickoff at 7:45. French Ligue 1, Troyes 2, Monaco 2. Montpellier 5, Angers 0. Reims 1, Ajaccio 0. Strasbourg 0, Brest 1. Toulouse 0, Clermont 1. Lyon 0, Lorient 0. Rennes v Marseille, evening kickoff at 7:45. Australian A-League, Macarthur 3, Brisbane Roar 2. Austrian Bundesliga, SK Austria Klagenfurt 3, SC Radinov Altach 0. WSG Tirol 2, Lask 3. Rapid Vienna 2, RB Salzburg 4. St. Trudens VV 2, KRC Genk 2. Royal Antwerp 5, Mechelen 0. Half time, KAA Ghent 0, Anderlecht 0. Union St. Galles 1, KAS Upan 0 after 15 minutes. Silkeborg 2 in the Danish Super League, Silkeborg IF 2, FC Nordjylland 1. Viborg FF 2, Randers FC 2. Lyngby BK 1, Brøndby IF 0. FC Copenhagen 2, Odense Ball Club 0 at half time. Dutch Eredivisie, Excelsior 1, Sparta Rotterdam 4. RKC Waalwijk 0, PSV Eindhoven 1. Ajax 1, NEC 0. SC Canberra against Go Ahead Eagles is an evening kickoff at 7 o'clock. Greek Super League, Olympiakos 6, Livadeikos 0. PAS Genoa 0, Volos NFC 2, Lamina 2, Aris 1, OFI 0, AEK Athens 1 at half time. PA Salonika v Inokis, kickoff for that one is an evening kickoff at 6:30. Portuguese Primeira Liga, Gil Vicente 2, Maritimo 0, Santa Clara 0, Victoria Guimarães 2, latest score after 32 minutes. Sporting Braga against Rio Avenue is an evening kickoff at 8:30. In the United States Major League Soccer, results from first of all, starting on Saturday evening. Los Angeles FC 3, Portland Timbers 2. Early hours of Sunday the 5th of March morning. Atlanta United 1, Toronto FC 1, Columbus Crew 2, DC United 0, Inter Miami 2, Philadelphia Union 0, New England Revolution 3, Houston Dynamo 0, New York Red Bulls 0, Nashville SC 0, Orlando City SC 0, FC Cincinnati 0, Austin FC 1, CF Montreal 0, Chicago Fire 1, New York City 1, FC Dallas 3, LA Galaxy 1, St. Louis City 3, Charlotte FC 1, Colorado Rapids 0, Sporting Kansas City 0, San Jose Earthquakes 2, Vancouver Whitecaps 1, Seattle Sounders 2, Real Salt Lake 0. So there's all the scores from today and that. But now let me just round up with the scores from the weekend's games in the Premier League. Starting on Saturday. Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 2, Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 0, Brighton Hove Albion 4, West Ham United 0, Chelsea 1, Leeds United 0, Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 0, Southampton 1, Leicester City 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. For Sunday, Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0, Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2. And there's a Monday evening kickoff, Brentford against Fulham at 8 p.m. Make sure you join us tomorrow evening on the channel as we bring you the Commentary Hub's awards for the evening. So make sure you join us for that tomorrow evening around about 7 o'clock. I'll be there, Nicholas will be there, and hopefully we'll have Mike on in there as well to join us. So do join us for that one. But from myself, from Paul, and from the rest of the team here, thank you very much for listening. Liverpool are in 7th heaven as they destroy Manchester United by 7 goals to 0. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.